Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea.
It's Thursday night tea
With Anthony. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea.
It's Thursday night tea
With Anthony.
Thursday night tea
With Anthony.
News, sports, truth with comedy, community mixed with a little celebrity. Every Thursday night at 6 in the evening.
Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. With Anthony. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea.
It's Thursday night tea
With Anthony. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea.
Hey! Woo! Hey, we're here. It's Thursday night tea. My God, thank you for tuning in. We have an amazing show for you today. We have some amazing guests. Lola, the credit monster, is coming through to give us some awesome credit tips about our credit. Zubin Mystery, comedian extraordinaire, is gonna come set the stage ablaze. We've got Dakari from Chocolate Covered Rocky Horror Picture Show. He's gonna come in a little later. He's our special guest. Give Dakari a round of applause. And of course, we got our house musician M. Lewis here always. We're here live at Listen Vision Studios here in the capital, Washington, D.C. We have some great things planned for the show today. We have a game show called Melanin Mysteries. Give it up for our game show today, Melanin Mysteries. We're going to see how much melanin you have. We're going to go pay these bills right quick. Stay tuned to this commercial, and we'll be right back with more Thursday Night Tea with Anthony. Oh my God, it's like I woke up and I was a comedian. And then it was like I had my own show. It's crazy. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea, Thursday night. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea, Thursday night. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea, Thursday night tea. 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 Thursday. 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 Hey, I said Thursday. Thursday night tea, a Thursday night tea. I said, it's Thursday night tea. It's Thursday night tea. Welcome to Thursday Night Tea! Oh my God. It was me the whole time. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is so hot. My goodness. Thank you for tuning in to Thursday Night Tea. We're here in the capital, Washington, D.C. Give yourselves a round of applause here in the studio. We're here. Oh, Tori Lucas. Hey, Tori. We went to high school together. Tori, I love you. Welcome to Thursday Night Tea. We have an amazing show. We're going to hop right into our little news edition. I've got some of our guests over at the WLVS radio desk, and they're going to be joining us and just talking about some of the topics that we have on the show today. First, we're going to talk about Robert Gilliam. Rest in peace, Robert. Give Robert Gilliam a round of applause. You all know him from Soap and Benson. Yes, Robert. Also, Fats Domino passed away this week. Give Fats Domino a round of applause. Fats Domino. I mean, these are like some heavy hitters, you know what I'm saying? Like some legendary icons. Has somebody checked on Little Richard? Like, to make sure he's okay? Oh, there he is. Look at Little Richard. Yes. Little Richard was done back in the day. Have you heard from Little Richard lately? No, shut up. No, Little Richard says that I'm not gay no more. Yeah, Little Richard came out against homosexuality. I think I have a little image of he believes he believes that homosexuality is wrong. That wig is wrong. I know that. Little Richard, I don't know about it. I don't know about anything else. That is crazy. Little Richard. Okay, oh my God. Let me find out Little Richard had a lace front. Little Richard, I need for you to have a wop baba lot bamboo amount of seeds. That's crazy. Like, I couldn't get that out, could a wop baba loo bop a lot bamboo. I know, right? Speaking of gays, Trump, that was a nice segue, right? Trump joked about Pence wants to hang all gay people. He actually said this in an interview when they were talking about gay rights, and he referred to Pence and was like, well, don't ask him. He wants to hang all of them. And, you know, it's super sad that something like that goes on in the White House during an interview. That's crazy. But then I took a look back at Pence's history, and like, you would never believe this. Like, I think that this was Melania Barron Trump with Mike Pence looking back as they remove an illegal immigrant from his home. I found this picture. History with this guy. There's a lot of history. Where's the next picture I found? I had to dig deep for this one. Oh, this is a picture of him waiting patiently as he checks the progress on his cure for homosexuality. Who knew that Pence was on Johnny Quest all this time? It's crazy. Pence, you're stupid. Trump, you're stupid. And it's just a bunch of stupidness going on in the White House. But something else that is going on, and it has been going on for decades, but I feel like now people are beginning to find the courage to talk about it, and it's sexual harassment. Like, people are coming out of the closet telling on everybody. If you sexually harassed somebody in the past, start packing your bags now, because the gravy train is coming. Mark Halperin over at ABC has 5 women that have come forward accusing him of alleged sexual harassment. But it's the things that they said that he did that have me disturbed. Literally, this man would touch these women's breast, kiss their breast, like pull them into him, put his full erection on their backsides. This is in corporate America. And it's not only the 5 people, but also people that were in the area with them that are coming forward and say, oh, well, this is happening. Do you feel like the people that saw it happening are just as guilty for not saying anything? What do you guys think? Lola, what do you think? Have you ever been in the workplace? Like, have men ever,
Fortunately, no.
Okay.
But I think that by not saying anything or speaking out, you're just as complicit as the person who actually
Yeah, I'm gonna get this mic over to you. And what were you saying, Lola?
Hello, testing.
Yeah, we got you.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I feel that by not speaking out and witnessing something like that, that one is just as complicit as the person who actually committed the act themselves. So one does really have a responsibility to speak up when they see something wrong that's happening, and often sometimes to the aid of those who necessarily don't have the courage to do that for themselves, depending on the current state that they're in.
True, I agree. They also, and like I said, no one is safe now. So if you did it in the past, get ready. Somebody's gonna come out and tell on you. The next person was President George W. Bush. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh. Whew. Two people have come out and accused him. One was they were doing a production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame or something, and she said that he came backstage, and while they were taking photo ops, he grabbed her bottom. Now, the response to that was that he's in a wheelchair and he's 93 years old. Does that excuse him? Zubin, do you think that excuses him?
Hell no. Hell no.
Because he's 97,000 years old?
No, it does not excuse him at all. That's terrible.
Yeah. Do you think it's because, I mean, he literally can't hold his arm up any higher. Do you think that was it an accident? Was it his failing limbs that,
No.
He doesn't get a pass?
No.
Sorry, George W. Bush, former president, you don't get a pass either. Yeah, it's gotten out of hand, and I feel like more people are gonna start coming forward, telling about what people have done in the past. Now, Tina Campbell from Mary Mary, who came out. Oh my God, did you just boo her? She came out and said that she voted for Trump, and it's just been a lot of backlash. This is something. It's Still Personal tour has been postponed due to bad ticket sales. In this statement, she says, "We're convinced that many more would love the opportunity to attend this praise-filled, faith-filled, entertaining worship experience. So we have decided to give ourselves time to reach out to all of those people and bring this amazing tour back in the spring of 2018. I love your optimism. You're super optimistic, but I think it's a wrap for you. Nobody wanted to hear who you voted for, and then you continue to just have this platform where you just stood by it, and now you're paying the price because they're hitting those pockets. They're hitting those pockets, Tina. I saw this. I was laughing with my friend Blair this morning. I saw this meme, and it was hilarious. I literally had to catch my breath when I saw this. When you're at a Tina Campbell concert and they say turn to your neighbor, but no one is there. Oh my God, it's like the story of your life, Tina. Get used to it. Next, Nene Leakes gets read by Paul Mooney. Yo, when I tell you, Paul Mooney let Nene Leakes have it. I think we have a picture of them together. And he actually posted, "This fool didn't even know who I was," and I think that someone pulled her aside, probably her husband, and then told Nene who it was, and then she went back and started being all fake in the picture and stuff. But this is, and we're gonna talk about that. And Zubin, I really want your take on this because you're a comedian. You've been in this game for a minute. Nene Leakes is first and foremost not a comedian. She did not pay the dues. She did
you said
not.
WikiLeaks, my bad.
You said what?
I thought you said WikiLeaks, my bad.
Yeah.
I got a bell.
Yo, that was a good one. WikiLeaks instead of Nene Leakes. Yeah, Nene Leakes is not a comedian. And the fact that she is pilfering from those who are actual comedians, it's really disturbing. She hasn't put in any of the work. She hasn't done any of her homework. How do you feel about that, Zubin? Like her not even knowing who Paul Mooney, the basic godfather of comedy.
You're gonna have critics. You're gonna have people like that no matter where you are. That's just how life is. People are always gonna judge. People are always gonna just talk crap about anybody just so they I don't know. They just. It seems like she just. It seems that WikiLeaks wants attention. That's it. That's.
Yeah, WikiLeaks definitely wants.
Yeah.
But what do you? Okay, we're gonna go from that story into another story, which is kind of home base, Baltimore. Within the DMV, we have Just Hilarious. Just Hilarious. She's a famous internet, Instagram video comedian or entertainer. She has basically rose to stardom, with over 2 million viewers. She is the internet Instagram it girl. So what she's done is, she's getting these bookings for comedy clubs.
Right.
But as we both know, there's a difference in making funny videos on Instagram and actually comprising written sets that are thought-provoking and funny and performing them in front of a live studio audience or a live audience. There's a difference. So she went on tour, she's getting booked, sold out shows, but she's not good as a stand-up comedian. But she's sold out. So the next young lady, her name is Tiana Douglas, who is a famous comedian, and she's in Baltimore, who came up before her. Now she's saying that she's stealing her material.
Ooh.
So she had receipts, like video receipts of her doing her set at the club, and she was doing Dave Chappelle.
Oh, I've seen comics do some old Chappelle stuff, but
put in the work. I mean, how do you feel slighted as a comedian?
Here's the thing. When it comes to comedy, I always believe the best material comes from your own. I've never heard of a comedian doing like cover albums for like Dave Chappelle or Paul Mooney.
Dave Chappelle cover album.
You know what I'm saying? You just never heard of like I'm doing a Dave Chappelle cover tonight. Even though I've seen comedians like from DC to New York to New Orleans actually literally do Chappelle sets verbatim, and people loved it. And still, I mean, comedy comes from what's inside you. It's personal. It's, you know what I'm saying? You can't copy anybody else's style or words or anything like that. That's something that comes from internally. And I think a lot of comedians know that, but unfortunately sometimes the crowd doesn't know that. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. So do your research on who you're going to see. It's funny, we as comedians, and this has been running rampant throughout the comedic scene in here. People have been talking about it. It's amazing how I have a lot of followers. They do come to see me. They support my shows. But, we have these comedians that have friends that would rather go see Just Hilarious than go see their own friend when Just Hilarious is not a stand-up comedian. You know what I'm saying? So, is it fair? Is it not? Who knows? Also, let's go to this. Ryan Murphy in FX features 5 transgendered actors for this new pilot called Posse that's coming out. And it's just going to chronicle the election, wealth, the poor angle, poverty, and I don't know, it looks pretty good. But shout out to Ryan Murphy. It's history making. We're going to have M. Lewis play us on out of here. We're going to go pay some of these bills right quick, and we'll be right back with Lola Afolabi, the credit guru with healthy credit habits. She's going to tell us how to keep our credit in check. Come right back to Thursday Night Tea with Anthony.
Thursday Night Tea with Anthony.
I know, I'm nervous.
Okay, oh my God, it's like I woke up and I was a comedian. And then it was like I had my own show. It's crazy. Woo! Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Thursday night tea, 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 Thursday, 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 hey, I said Thursday, Thursday night tea, a Thursday night tea. I said, oops, it's Thursday night tea. Oops, it's Thursday night tea. Thursday tea, Anthony. Welcome back to Thursday Night Tea with Anthony. Woo! We're here live at Listen Vision Studios here in the capital, Washington, D.C., and I have this wonderful, beautiful young lady with me. Welcome to the show, Lola Afolabi. Lola's going to teach us how to get our credit together.
Yes.
Lola, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
You are such a beautiful spirit, and you know I love people with beautiful spirits.
You know, kindred spirits.
Kindred spirit. Real recognize real. Don't ever forget that.
Kindred.
Credit.
Yes.
Credit.
Where do we start?
Let's start from birth. I mean, let's start from the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like people get those type of tutorials. Like,
Okay.
how do you start credit at a young age?
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you providing me with a couple of questions that are of importance or kind of seem to be recurring themes for your listeners, listening and viewership. So we'll go through a couple. I decided to capture a couple of notes so I stay on track because you know sometimes kind of like if you're at home talking at your kitchen table, you can kind of fall off the beaten path. So
Oh, we do that all the time here, so keep me on task.
I know.
What's
All
first
right.
on the list?
Well, first and foremost, my name is Lola, as Anthony introduced me. I'm the founder of Healthy Credit Habits. I'm a credit educator, right? Because credit is about educating people on how to use it wisely, how to leverage it to create wealth, to sustain wealth, and how to position oneself in order to not repeat the same perhaps cycles that one has seen, whether it's family, friends, etc. So that's what I do, and I help people restore those credit scores that may have been impacted through life events such as medical, such as bankruptcy, divorce, student loans, late
I
payments.
was about to say college.
College, that's a big one that I have with a lot of clients. So I hope to cover a couple of questions that you've provided, and
Okay.
hopefully we'll see what goes.
Most definitely.
So one of the first questions you provided was, how do you establish good credit at an early age? Well, there's many ways one can do that. I figured I'd touch on two. One in which is to become an authorized user on someone's account. This would allow you to inherit the good credit history that they've already established over time, which puts you in a position where when your credit is being pulled, they at least see some length of history that already exists that you necessarily didn't create, but you're benefiting from, which can put you in a position to leverage and go out and establish credit on your own. So, for example, my dad put me on his American Express, and that allowed me to get my first credit card when I graduated from college because I didn't have enough history of my own to demonstrate to the creditors that I was trustworthy enough to pay back my bills.
So, with that being said, when you were talking about that, the first thing that came to mind to me, just out here in these streets, people trying to put bills in their children's names. I don't think that's the same as building their credit. Like, getting a light bill in the name or getting something like a cable bill in the name. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about actually putting them on a line of credit in order to build it.
Correct. So I'm a proponent of putting your child or relative on a credit profile or a trade line that will help to further them along. What happens a lot of times, as you mentioned, in utility cases, cell phones, etc., most people do that because their credit themselves has been impacted. So they leverage that of their child or whomever to be able to go out and seek new lines of credit. And unfortunately, that puts that individual who's being leveraged in a disadvantaged position, because when they're trying to now go out and, let's say, apply for a student loan or apply for a car loan or
it's
any
not
type.
happen because,
exactly.
Yeah. So don't do that. Don't put just because your credit is bad, don't make your child's credit bad.
Correct.
Yeah. What's next on our establish good credit? Yes.
All right. So another one is establishing good credit requires you to pay your bills on time, right? The major thing is a lot of people, they don't always keep track of when their bills are due. Sometimes, depending on what type of bill it is, the due date may change by plus or minus a couple of days. So one does have to take a proactive approach to keeping track of, hey, I know I have a bill due. Let me kind of manage and keep accurate, maybe a calendar, something that works for you, to know when you need to pay them.
But there's no way around it, though, right? You have to pay your bills on time in order to build your credit.
Correct. Payment history is important.
Payment history is important. There's no way around it. Get into these nuggets that she's dropping for you. What's next on the list?
Well, next one was, how do I maintain a good credit score? So let's say you've done everything right. You're rocking and rolling. You have over a 640, maybe a 720, 740 credrit score. Now you want to... They did. We go up to 850. 850 is the highest based on FICO. So a couple of ways that you can maintain what you've established or built over time is, again, like I iterated, pay your bills on time. Another way is keeping your utilization low, right? So again, the safe place is that 30% or less of what your available credit is. So for every 1,000, you really shouldn't exceed $300 of that. A safer place is probably between, 1 to 8%, right? Okay. And it's really just to demonstrate, hey, you can loan me large amounts of money, but I'm not going to overextend myself and put myself in a situation where an adverse action can happen, where a creditor may feel like you're overextended and then they reduce your credit limit. And now you had a $5,000 limit, you went to $5,000, they brought you to $3,000, now you're 100+% overutilized, and that impacts your score.
And now you're trapped.
Yeah.
Something that people ask me that, and ever since I told people that you were going to be on the show, a lot of people have asked me this question.
Sure.
How long does it take for something to fall off of your credit?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. So it really depends. From a general perspective, negative trade lines, just from a general standpoint, it takes 7 years for them to fall off of your credit report if it's something that has been verified, it's accurate, and it belongs to you.
And 7 is the number of completion anyway, so...
Exactly. So if you think about it, here are some stats or some information I think is important for people to know, and this is something that I learned when I went to a credit boot camp, because one does have to stay sharp, laws change, and you just want to kind of stay on top of things so you can position your clients to challenge or investigate those things that are rightfully wrong on their report to put them in a better position from a credit score perspective. But if you think about it, charge-off and collection accounts, they remain on your credit report for up to 7 years. If you think about it, also, when you make a late payment on a non-mortgage account, that's an installment, that's a revolving, a credit card, or what have you, student loan, 30 days late can impact your score up to 9 months, right? If you think about it, when you move further ahead, on a same non-mortgage account, 60 days late, it can affect you for up to 3 years.
That's a lot of time.
It is a lot of time for a late payment, So, and then in as much the most, from the extreme end of the spectrum, if you're 90 days late, it can affect you for 7 years. So you have that 30, 60, 90. And sometimes a lot of people, they move, their mail doesn't come to, whatever the case, they may not be internet savvy.
But you have to stay on top of your bills,
you do.
though. They're not going to disappear just because you move.
You do.
Did you have a question, Kevin?
If we fall into
30, 60, 90?
Yes. Is there anything you can do to like reestablish yourself quickly to not have it stay on there so long?
So what happens is when I work with clients, part of the intake process after we've pulled their credit report, we review everything that is impacting their score, right? So part of that is when you have late payments, you can't have subsequent late payments you went from 30 to 60 to 90 to 120 to charge off or collection, right? When you have a pattern of sporadic late payments, then you're okay a couple of months, then sporadic again, it makes it harder to perhaps request a goodwill letter from a creditor to say, hey, I was going through a rough patch, hey, I moved, things like that. It makes it harder for it to come off. So it just depends on a case by case.
So, soft and hard inquiries on your report.
Yes.
How do you know what is a hard inquiry that's going to affect your credit score?
Soft and hard inquiries on your report.
Yes.
How do you know the difference?
So a hard inquiry, it will impact your credit score because that's when you have actively gone out and applied for credit. You have filled out an application for...
Like a Macy's card.
Exactly. A Macy's, a J. Crew, a Banana, a Best Buy, a whatever. You have physically filled out an app, put your social, your identifying information for them to pull your records to see if you qualify, and if you do, for how much, at what rate. A soft inquiry is typically when a lender or creditors, they will do a pull to see how are you doing with managing your credit, and that's how you get the promotional offers in the mail, right? So we all get solicitations,
yes.
right? It just depends on what kind are you getting, right? Are you getting the payday loan solicitations? Are you getting the 0% interest for 12 to 24 to 48 month type solicitations? It's all based on them seeing, okay, let's see how Kevin's doing. Let's see how Anthony's doing. That's kind of what they do. So you're not asking for them to pull it. They're pulling it to see, are you managing your credit okay? And if you're not, you may find yourself in a situation where your $10,000 credit line has been reduced to $5,000 and you're over, right? And you may not have known, and your interest rate went up because you may have been late on another credit card that had nothing to do with the creditor that raised your rate, but that's part of the terms and conditions that people don't necessarily read through.
So they need to know the terms and conditions.
You should read them. They're small, like 0.5 font, but you have to kind of read them.
But you have to.
You need to know.
But that's another nugget that you have to read the fine print.
Correct.
And we're running out of time because we have so many questions. We're going to bring Lola back on the show. You're going to definitely come back as another guest.
To.
Where can they find you, Lola?
Oh my gosh, you can find me I'm on Facebook at Healthy Credit Habits. I also have my website, www.healthycredithabits.com. You can email me at support@healthycredithabits.com. So pretty much you can find me on Facebook, email, website. I'm available. I'm happy to help answer questions. And in some cases, depending on what your situation is, we do have a team of attorneys where if something has legally been adversely impacting you and something has been improperly reported on your credit report, you may be due to do damages from a financial compensation perspective.
That's good to know.
Right.
That's good to know. Give Lola a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Most definitely. We're going to come back where Zubin Mystery is going to light the stage ablaze. Jim Lewis, you can go ahead and start playing us out. Yeah. We'll be right back with more Thursday Night Tea with Anthony.
Thursday Night Tea, Anthony, news, sports with some comedy, community mixed with a little celebrity. Every Thursday at 6 in the evening, Thursday Night Tea.
And then it was like I had my own show. It's crazy. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday night. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday night. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday night. Thursday Night Tea. 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 Welcome back to Thursday Night Tea with Anthony. We're here. We have a super funny, hilarious comedian about to come join the stage. We performed all over DC. Put your hands together for Zubin Mystery.
All right. How you guys doing tonight in the studio, and how's everyone doing tonight on the radio? Hope everyone's having a good one. Today's Thursday. We're almost to Friday. There we go. So I hate to start off tonight's set on a bad note. Like, I'm in a very bad relationship. Yeah. Everyone here tonight, how many of you guys have been in just bad relationships? Yeah. All of us. And it sucks because, like, it's been going on for years now. Things, we've had our highs, we've had our lows, and, all we do is every week, every week I keep hearing the same thing that we're going to get better, and things just never get really bad. Sometimes, over the last few weeks things were good, but just recently hit another low level, and it's just tough being a Redskins fan. You know what I'm saying? It's just tough being a goddamn Redskins fan. Just sucks. Speaking of the NFL, everything's social media these days. You know what I'm saying? You guys have Facebook, right? You guys do all that. So we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of like the election day, and about a year ago, around election time, I had posted something on Facebook. I had a lot of people like hit me up. People are calling me a traitor, that I'm a horrible person, I'm racist, I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, all I said is that I like Nickelback. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Nickelback. It's all good, man. It's all good. I can't keep up with like social media anymore. There's too many acronyms. There's too many. Y'all agree with me? You guys agree? Like what's one? What's one of the biggest DC kind of acronyms? POTUS and SCOTUS, right? I thought those were venereal diseases for the longest time. I thought it was just street slang for like herpes or something. I didn't know. I thought YOLO was frozen yogurt. What else? Yeah. I thought LGBT was a $5 footlong at Subway. Yeah, man. What's another thing? Well, you know what really annoys me about like social, especially about Facebook or like people's statuses? Don't you guys get really annoyed by that crap? Especially when people start putting song lyrics on there. Our guy here is laughing. You guys remember when like everyone, remember that? You guys remember that song, I Woke Up in a New Bugatti? Everyone posted on it, I woke up in a new Bugatti. I just finished off grad school. You know what I woke up in? Debt. Unimaginable amount of debt. God, man, what else? And thank God, like, you guys like mumble rap? No, thank God. You know what? But I will say, God bless mumble rap, because no one puts that shit on Facebook. No one says "skirp" in the middle of their status. No. My God. Now, some of y'all are wondering where I'm from. I'm not going to sit on that. Thing's going to break under my weight. I'm on a stripper stage with no pole. You must be kidding me. It gave me alcohol now, man. So, yeah, but some of y'all were wondering where I'm from. Like, and I'm Indian. Not like Native American Indian, but like from like India. Like, hello, welcome to 7-Eleven India. I'm that Indian. And it's funny. And it's funny when people are like, well, it's always a guessing game, because people are like, oh, where are you from? Like, are you Mexican? I'm like, no. Well, are you Italian? I'm like, no. I'm like, are you black? I'm like, God, I fucking wish. I wish. I'm Indian. We just come up a little short, if you know what I mean. And it's funny because it's interesting because like being Indian and like, so I'm in a relationship. And I'm I'm in a relationship with an American girl, a white girl. It's amazing. And people are like, well, how come you're not with an Indian? And I'm like, do you know how hard it is to date someone as hairy as I am? Are you kidding me? And then people are like, then why? And then people are like, well, then. Then why are you dating a white girl? It's like, there's something about good credit and pink nipples that drive us nuts. All right, thank you.
Come back up here. Give Zubin a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Zubin Mystery. Where can they find you?
Oh, boy. All over, actually. I co-produce a show called Unicorn Comedy at the Wonder Garden once a month.
I was on that show. It's amazing.
He was he hosted the first show. It was amazing, like he just said. Yeah. The next show, wait, let me get my phone. Gigi, and it's co-produced by Gigi Modric, who is a phenomenal comedian. Actually, the next show is Wednesday, November 15th at 7 p.m. It's Eric Kucheravi. He's the one who's headlining. It's his 30th birthday.
Okay.
So we got headliner Eric, hosted by Miss Kate Carroll, featuring Jelani Willis, Chris Cox, I can't read that name, Benetti, Becca Lundberg, and Ben Daniels. You guys should come on out. It's a free show.
That's November the 15th, right?
Yes, sir.
November the 15th. Check them out at the Wonder Garden. Right?
ahead.
And we'll be right back with more Thursday Night Tea with Anthony. We have Dakari Abrams. He's here from Chocolate Covered Rocky Horror Picture Show, and we're going to talk about that. And we're going to play the game, Melanin Mysteries. We'll be right back. Oh my God, it's like I woke up and I was a comedian, and then it was like I had my own show. It's crazy. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night Tea. Thursday Night. Thursday Night Tea. 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 We're back with more Thursday Night Tea with Anthony. I want to give a shout out to Miss Peggy Oaks, my stepmom, she's watching. Jennifer Smith with Trixie. Justice, Kashawn, Janice Dixon, Cookie, Jasmine Winters, Marquise, Che Lavelle Rose is watching. Thank you guys for watching. Brian Van Landingham, I love you. You know you look like Celine Dion to me. Today we have Dakari Abrams. Give Dakari a round of applause. Dakari is starring in the upcoming production of the Chocolate Covered Rocky Horror Picture Show. He's Rocky.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dakari. I know that I've always known that you're talented because you can sing. You're an amazing singer. How did this come up? Yeah, that's the production right there. How did this come about?
Well, a good friend of mine, Earl, he asked me to be a part of the play. I've never been in a live play.
Shout out to Earl.
Yeah, I've never been in any type of acting or anything like that. So I was like, I need to take that step to try to do something like
Get
that.
out there.
Yeah,
Get
absolutely,
it done.
absolutely. So that's what
Where's the production?
It's going to be at Baltimore Community College.
Okay.
Yes, and it is the 6th and 7th show is tomorrow and Saturday.
Okay, tomorrow and Saturday. And you can go, you can get on my website and find the tickets. How do you just feel about doing this production?
Well,
is it overwhelming? Is it?
Well, I was overwhelmed at first because it's my first play, but it's very exciting because it's an all-black cast,
Okay.
and, it's the first time that it's all-black shadow cast of the whole ensemble. So it's really cool to be a part of that.
I can't wait. I think me and Kevin are gonna try to go tomorrow, maybe Saturday.
Wanna make it Saturday?
I know Saturday. Yeah, definitely Saturday. You say what?
I'm going to
he's
be Rocky. Yeah, I'm going to
he's
be Rocky.
And I think you're also an artist, right?
Yes.
I brought a picture of one of your art pieces.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that.
Thank you.
That is amazing, Dakari.
Oh, thank you.
I've always known that you're a superstar, and I know that you're going to excel in everything that you do.
Yes.
Thank you for coming by the show.
Absolutely.
We're going to check
Thank you
you
for
out.
having me.
Most definitely. You can find tickets. It's the Chocolate Covered Rocky Horror Picture Show. And you can go on my website on Facebook, Anthony Oaks, or you can go to Earl Oren Productions. There it is. It's right there. Tickets are 2 for $25, 1 for $15, and they're at www.brhps40.com for the tickets. And we're going to come back with more Thursday Night Tea with Anthony, where we play the game show Melanin Mysteries, and then we'll be gone. Yay! Thank you for coming by,
Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. All right, come see Rocky.
Anthony, news, sports with some comedy, community mixed with a little celebrity. Every Thursday at 6 in the evening, Thursday Night Tea with Anthony, news, sports, truth, and comedy.
And then it was like I had my own show. It's crazy. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night tea. Thursday night. Thursday night tea. 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 Thursday. Woo! Welcome back to Thursday Night Tea with Anthony. It's me. Yeah. Okay, we have a new game show. It's called Melanin Mysteries. We're running out of time, so we're only going to do the first part of the game show. We're going to save the next part for next week. So it's a trivia game, black trivia. We're going to see who's more knowledgeable about black trivia, okay? Are we ready? We have the first question. Who was the first African-American Major League Baseball player? Ring the bell. Who was it?
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson is correct. Congratulations. Give a round of applause. The next one. Where was Malcolm X killed? Downtown Boston, Massachusetts State Prison, his house in Queens, or Audubon Ballroom, Manhattan? Who?
Audubon Ballroom, Manhattan.
Correct. Audubon Manhattan. Wow. Yo, Lola is a beast. Lola. All right, the next question. At its height, what was the slave population in the United States of America? Ring the bell. Is it 2 million, about 500,000, about 4 million, or about 1 million?
Come on, Lola. Come on, Lola.
Lola.
About 2 million.
About 2 million is incorrect. Anybody else?
We'll go with 4 million.
4 million is the correct answer. Congratulations, Dakari. Dakari has 1, Lola has 2. The next question. Who was the first African-American Nobel Peace Prize winner? Ralph Bunche, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., or Albert John Littell? Lola.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Incorrect. Anybody else?
Nelson Mandela.
Incorrect. Anybody else?
What were the choices again? Well, I want to say Albert.
You're all wrong.
Damn it.
It's Ralph Bunche. Congratulations. So, 1-0. Who's next?
Come on, man.
Who was the first African-American to win an Academy Award? Was it Sidney Poitier, Hattie McDaniel, Dorothy Dandridge, or Halle Berry? Bell. Go. Who?
I want to say Halle Berry.
Boo, no.
Damn.
It was definitely not Hattie. It was Hattie McDaniels.
Oh.
Hattie McDaniels. I think we have one more question. Who was the first African-American to serve as a U.S. Senator? Blanche K. Bruce, Edward Brooke, Hiram Revels, or Carol Moseley Braun? Who? Go.
Carol Moseley Braun.
Wrong. The next. Who?
I'm going to go with Edward Brooke.
Wrong. Who?
You got this.
Blanche.
Wrong. The question is Hiram Revels. Hiram Revels is the answer. Look, congratulations. Give Lola a round of applause. She's our winner for today. Thank you guys for tuning in to Thursday Night Tea. Shout out to Candace with Pretty Funny. I went to New York this past weekend. comedy competition at Greenwich Village Comedy Club. There were 10 strong comedians. I won the cash prize. I'm also going on tour in Chicago in November. So please keep me in your prayers. Make this money. Next is Spotlight Over the City. Thank you for tuning in for Thursday Night Tea with Anthony. Give yourself a round of applause.
Anthony, new sports, true comedy. Every Thursday, 6 in the evening. Every Thursday, 6 in the evening.
Listen Vision, Listen Vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Thursday Night Tea.